there's nothing that we can really talk about from a Chiefs perspective in this side of things, right? Because, like, sure, we won.
No.
The Chiefs should have lost this game, right?
Yeah,
so that them losing this game 20-13 is not a bummer. I don't think anyone's bummed out by this game. No one's upset that they went and played admirably with a third string quarterback, and Travis Kelce had some good out route, like had still showed that he could still play and he shouldn't retire. Like, I don't think that anyone's upset about anything from the Chiefs' perspective. The biggest takeaway from this game is that the Denver Broncos, I think, are just a gross football team. It's that football show here on KC Sports Network. Tucker Franklin hanging out with Matt Verderame, talking Chiefs Broncos as Chiefs fall to the Broncos 20-13 in a rock fight. Matt, thank you to our partners, Ben Holiday, Bottle and Bomb Bourbon, for getting us through the holidays, getting us through the Chiefs Christmas game. 20-13, as I mentioned, Matt. How are you doing? How are things?
I'm good. I'm better than the Chiefs. I'll tell you that much.
Still better than the Chiefs.
Although the Chiefs, I'm not going to bag on the Chiefs. I actually thought they really played about as hard as they possibly could. Yeah. It just didn't work out for them. I'm doing good. Follow me on Twitter. You know, my wife bought me $60 worth of Reese's
so cool.
as a holdover gift because my actual gift's coming in the mail. So she stepped up, and I'm not going to sit here and just weigh down the show. But I mean, we're talking. I didn't even know this existed. 6 cups.
I didn't know that was real. Yeah.
Super King. Yeah, eat your fucking heart out.
King.
Yeah, Super King. That's right. As opposed to just King white Reese's.
White King. That's you.
that would be. I guess if we're looking at it that way, I didn't know if racism was going to come into this.
Yeah.
You know, we got just regular king size.
Good.
Then we got Reese's sticks.
I've not had those.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I could just keep going. I mean, this is just. You got the peanut
mini
butter
cups,
minis. You got the Take 5 king size.
Take 5, great bar.
Classic. You got the Reese's Pieces.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I mean, we just keep on going. We got dip pretzels.
Ooh.
Snack mix.
Interesting.
Yeah, my wife's insane. My wife also is going to have to grease the door jams or just flat out bubble the size of them. I mean, we got king size big cup. Damn. Yeah, I got outrageous.
Outrageous.
Of course, king size.
Right.
Fast break king size. And then crispy crunchy king size. You know, that was a thing.
I didn't know that either. Is everything king sized?
Yeah, and then lastly, Reese's Trees king size. And then also, I think at this point, my wife just blacked out, but bought me just Chex Mix. I think she just, it was like, I don't know, looks like shit that's going to kill him. Let's just throw that in the cart. So, my original plan, if they had won this game, I was going to come on here and see how much I could eat during the show.
Yeah.
So I just went into diabetic shock. But in any event, so that's listen, man, that's how I'm doing. How was your Christmas? Was your Christmas less, about you gaining 30 pounds in a day?
Yeah. I think it was less about that. I did eat a lot of cinnamon rolls this morning, though. Christmas tradition, you know. I tell you what, Briscoe would hate to see that bag coming. Briscoe could not handle that bag.
It killed the man.
Legitimately killed Joshua Briscoe.
Yeah, like a glucose drip as he's just, yeah.
My Christmas was good. We spent some time, going to a couple different Tara's side of the family, my side of the family, driving all around Kansas City. Obviously settled down to watch Chiefs Broncos. At the end of it all, I got some stuff for the grill is what I got this year. A lot of grilling stuff. I've slowly morphing my way into a suburban dad without the kid. So like I'm making my way there next is going to be like lawn care tools and stuff like that because it's making the evolution, as we're getting there. But look, Kent Swanson and I had the duties of the post-game show for the KCSN, and Kent and I were talking about how we both think that this was the most enjoyable Chiefs game to watch since, like, the Lions game.
Yeah, that's not saying much.
And it's not saying a lot. It was a very low bar to get to that point. But the Chiefs ultimately do lose this game, as I mentioned, 20-13. Chris Oladoke. Let me just read off some box score stats for you, Matt, because this is kind of fun. 13 of 22 for 66 yards, 1 touchdown for Chris Oladoke. Leading rusher, for the Chiefs was Kareem Hunt, 7 carries, 38 yards. Isaiah Pacheco toted the rock 9 times for 32 yards. Leading receiver, that would be Travis Kelce, 36 yards on 5 catches, 6 targets. Juju Smith-Schuster, 3 catches on 3 targets for 16 yards.
Yeah.
It was not a high-flying Chiefs offense. On the other hand, it was not a high-flying Denver offense.
No, it was not.
Not a lot of sparks flying in this game, and I don't think that this was probably how the NFL drew up their Sunday matchups with a bunch of third-string quarterbacks playing on all ends. But Chiefs make it frisky against Denver, and I think that this is probably the best that you could have asked for, is that the Chiefs make a game interesting while also losing it in terms of draft positioning wise. If you guys are all interested in like tanking, right? We'll say that in air quotes, tanking.
Tanking, yes,
because
I actually happen in the NFL, but yes.
Yeah, I mean they just suck. So
this is not good. It's called being terrible. It's not tanking.
It is. And another team that's terrible is like, you guys know this on this podcast. This is not a pro Denver Broncos podcast.
No, it is not.
That team is also bad. And I don't know how they're 13-3.
Listen, let's just get this all out of the way at the top. Because I talked to Tucker pre-show here while I was debating how many thousands of calories I was going to ingest at 12, 11 a.m. Listen, Denver won that game, I guess.
Yeah.
I've already seen a handful of like these. Like there is no group of people more insufferable than these like Broncos accounts on Twitter, who are just like, "Hey, got to give Bo Nix credit, game-winning drive." And you're like, buddy, the fact it took a game-winning drive against that Chiefs team,
yes,
that's shameful. Like,
yes,
like it's like if we all sat here last season and were like, "Hey, got to give Mahomes credit, game-winning drive against Carolina."
Right.
I mean, do we really need to? Like, Mahomes was so beside himself after that game, he threw the cameras out during their like the ESPN documentary because he just didn't want to like show his face, and they won the game. Right? There is no world that any human being alive outside of Denver apparently watched that game and was like, you know what, Bo Nix looking good, 4.8 yards per attempt.
Right.
He had 4.3 yards per play in the game. Like, they suck on offense. That team stinks on offense. And it wasn't even like one of those things you watched it and you're like, man, they left 200 yards on the field. No, they pretty much gave you the hell. I'd argue that if Chris Jones knew how to line up,
great point,
they might even have lost that damn game. Like, I mean, bare minimum probably goes to overtime. It's Denver is the classic team. And if I eat my words on this, cool, I'll eat my words on this. They're the classic team that they're going to get in the playoffs and somebody is going to dog walk them. And I'm not even saying it's the first game. Maybe it's not. Like, maybe the matchup dictates that they play somebody. They're going to play somebody in a playoff game who's like, we can score on you. And that's kind of it. Like, You can't do shit. Because honestly, offensively, what are you scared of? Nix has like a good game a month. And if you catch them on like the Bo Nix's good day, then yeah, they're really tough to beat. But like on the other 3 days, like they're imminently beatable. Mm-hmm. I mean, Jacksonville just took them to the woodshed 4 days ago in their own building.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the dirty secret about this team. They're not great defensively. They're good defensively.
Mm-hmm.
They're not great defensively. They were great defensively early when they were playing Justin Fields. And when you adjust for Jets, they lost that game by 10 points.
Right.
Okay. When they were barely beating the Brian Callahan-led Titans.
Great point.
Okay. Like, come on, just stop. Like, this team early in the year, remember when they were on pace for like 100 sacks?
I do remember that.
Yeah. How's that going? Like, they had 1 sack in this game. The Chiefs were on like their 3rd string tackles.
I actually think it's their 5th and 6th tackles on their roster. Yes.
Yeah, they're 3rd stringers. Like, it's Denver on the year now, including that sack, has let's see, is 65 sacks, which is amazing, which is a great
Good
but
sacks,
like not record breaking. And by the way, like in a normal, this would be 16 games, which is what the 84 Bears set it in. Like, that's it. You're not even like you're close. You're not that. It's 9 sacks, or 7 sacks, seven sacks. In the end, like, I think they have a very like quality defense. Green Bay lit them up. Jacksonville lit them up. Like, Houston has a great defense.
Yeah, they do.
Denver has a very good defense. Like, even in this game, like, yeah, look, their defense did the job. No question. But I kind of expected them to dominate this game.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yes.
And like, I guess you have to, they did in the sense that they barely give over 100 yards and it was 3.3 yards of play, but it was more because Denver just had the ball the entire game.
Right.
It wasn't like you watched that and went, man, Denver's just killing them. Like, I don't know. I walked away from that game the way I walked away from most Denver games, just being like, yeah, they're fine. And they're going to get walked in the playoffs by somebody, and that's going to be the end of this thing.
It's
and they're going to have a first place schedule, and they're going to get smoked.
Yeah. That's the other part of it. I don't know how much the Chiefs are really going to benefit from having a third place schedule, by the way, because they're going to have to play the Bengals. They're going to have to play the Colts, probably.
Also, they'll play, the
Falcons
Colts
or the Saints.
Yeah, let's be real here. I mean, the Falcons and the Saints is a gift from heaven.
Yeah.
Indianapolis, they should beat Indianapolis. And
yeah, Indy's in a tough spot. Like,
I mean, the Bengals, I don't know. Like, on one hand, like, yeah, the offense, and the other hand, like, the Chiefs might score 80 if they're like actually a football team at that point. But they do play the AFC East next year. So they're going to get that division, which the good side of that is you get the Jets.
They are getting the Jets.
He adjusted for Jets. The Chiefs are favored by 38. They do have to go to Buffalo again. They got to go to Buffalo, and they get New England at home. They got to go to Miami, so that'll be like a home game. You know, so yeah. I mean, next year's schedule for anyone who doesn't know is actually like they play the NFC West and the AFC East, and the funny thing is they played so far. So they're going to have a lot of games next year on the road that are going to sound like home games.
Yeah,
they have SoFi twice.
Yeah,
Miami and the Raiders game.
Wow.
And if they play in Atlanta, bro, 5 of their 9 games are going to be home games. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, the home games are the Niners, the Cardinals, which that's hilarious. The Jets, the Pats, and then the divisional games, and then probably the Colts. But yeah, they play a lot of road games. Noise is not going to be a factor.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of.
Well, noise. I felt like watching on TV that the atmosphere at Arrowhead was phenomenal for.
It was really good, a lot better than I thought.
For a game that had some weather was good, was foggy. It's been kind of like pretty muggy here in Kansas City with like the fog. Yeah, I mean it was a great temperature wise. Overall, just kind of a weird week, Matt. Kind of leading up to this game, which is like everything going on. The stadium news happening, coming down of just like all of that early on in the week. I believe that was Monday when the stadium news came down, and it just kind of felt, like it just kind of just it had kind of like a gross kind of feeling leading into this game of like, okay, we're playing a third string quarterback in Chris Oladokun. We're playing the number 1 team in the AFC right now, the team that's probably going to win the AFC West. Which, like, I guess they technically... No, they're still going to win the AFC West, right?
No, sure. So if the Chargers beat the Texans on Saturday...
They'll be 12-4.
And they beat Denver earlier in the year. It sets up a winner-take-all game in Denver. Okay. Here's the funniest possible thing that can happen to Denver right now. If the Chargers beat Houston, they go to Denver week 18... And whoever wins that game wins the division. And if Denver loses, they're probably the 6th seed.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Like all this and Denver ends up being a 6th seed.
Go Chargers. Holy cow. That would be incredible. But there was a lot of just like bad feelings coming into this game, right? Like not a lot of good vibes heading into this game.
No, not a lot of good vibes at all.
And it felt awful. I mean, you and I were texting beforehand about just like, wow, like It just doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel like a good matchup. Just kind of, styles make fights, and the Broncos have kind of been building their team to just beat the Chiefs for like the last, ever since Sean Payton got there. They've just been trying to build a team that is just a Chiefs nightmare, and it's worked, right? It's worked to an extent. It just felt like this was going to be really gross, but the Chris Oladokun experience led to a rock fight with the mighty Denver Broncos. And I don't want to hear anybody tell me anything good about Bo Nix ever again, truthfully, because, like, look, there's nothing that we can really talk about from a Chiefs perspective in this side of things, right? Because, like, sure, we won.
No.
The Chiefs should have lost this game, right? And so that them losing this game 20-13 is not a bummer. I don't think anyone's bummed out by this game. No one's upset that they went and played admirably with a third string quarterback, and Travis Kelce had some good out route, like had still showed that he could still play and he shouldn't retire. Like, I don't think that anyone's upset about anything from the Chiefs perspective. The biggest takeaway from this game is that the Denver Broncos, I think, are just a gross football team.
I just look at them and it's like, I cannot imagine a world where that team is raising the Lombardi in February. I just can't. I can't. And to me, if you're a 1 seed, that should obviously be in play.
Yeah.
I would be floored. Like, the only argument for them, in my opinion, is, hey, if they end up getting the number 1 seed, you're onto the divisional round, and Denver's a tough place to play. And it just could be one of those things where they get, the Chargers in the divisional round, and then they play like New England or something. Right. But yeah, there's nothing about them. Like, Denver could have absolutely lost that game tonight, which is insane.
It was entirely in the realm of possibility. Chris Jones doesn't jump off sides. The game's tied, and Chris Oladokun has a chance to drive him down to kick the game away.
I didn't go to overtime or somehow win.
And they were in field goal range. Obviously, the defense changes and everything, but like,
yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. But no, it's that game was ridiculous. Denver had no business being in the position they were in. But I'll tell you, they're going to be fascinating when Nix becomes extension eligible, because
pay him, please.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like, Sean Payton can say whatever he wants publicly. Sean Payton knows. So you don't really pay this guy 60 some odd million bucks a year. Are you really going to do that?
You think he does? You think he does know?
Yeah, I think he knows. And but here's the thing. I don't know that it matters. Like, ownership might be like, we're paying him. And that's it. That's the kind of guy that okay, look, when the Dolphins paid Tua, you knew the second they did it, it was an awful fucking idea. You're like, oh my God, why in the world? Same thing with Kyler, right?
Yeah.
And here we are with those two guys a few years into the deal, and you're like, yeah, guess what? Terrible idea. And everybody knew it at the time it got done.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to give Bo Nix 5 and 300 and then have to let all these guys walk around them on defense. Like, all right, Bo, it's up to you and RJ Harvey. Go for it. Good luck to Bo Nix.
Right.
By the way, I forget if it was Michaels or Herb Street. Somebody said that RJ Harvey was having a great rookie season. And I was like, is RJ Harvey having a great rookie season? Like, am I on Quaaludes? Like, what? Like, is he having, he's been fine.
He's having a fine rookie season. There's no one like running away with rookie of the year.
He's rushing for 4 yards a carry and doesn't have 500 rushing yards. Yeah. Like, we're lowering the bar aggressively. That, who else is having a very, 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 very statistically similar season? Isaiah Pacheco.
No shot.
I would not describe Isaiah Pacheco's year as great. I was like blown away by the fact that somebody's a great rookie year. And I was like, what? That's a great rookie year. Like, he's a second round pick. He's been a guy like all year long. Like, he's done nothing of note like all season. He has exactly 0 games where he's rushed for 80 yards.
Can I tell you RJ Harvey's odds at DraftKings Sportsbook right now for a rookie of the year?
Are they 100 to 1?
It's plus 8,000. So
okay, 80 to 1? 80 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
That is not enough of a value for me to throw any money down on it. Like, what are we doing here?
He has the same odds as Tyler Warren and Harold Fannin, and I would give both of those guys significantly higher odds than RJ Harvey.
Also, RJ Harvey turns 25 in February.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
What?
So, yes. And Bo Nix turns 26 in February.
Yeah, Bo Nix and I were in college at the same time.
The Broncos are about ready to sign guys to their second deals who are 37 years old. The old Brandon Whedon school of thought. Like, it's fine that he's 36. It's not a problem.
If I had to give you, wow, that's crazy. I would not have thought that was the defensive rookie of the year favorite. Offensive rookie of the year favorite. Who do you think it is?
Okay, well, this year is so weird because
it is weird.
Everybody thought it was going to be Genty, but he has been not
dog shit.
Not good. Okay, offensive rookie of the year. I would say Ibuka.
Plus 700. He's the third best odds.
So McMillan?
It is Ted McMillan. It's the odds-on favorite right now. Minus 300 from draft.
So who's your guys? Warren?
Tyler Shuck.
Oh.
Yeah, get that all the way the fuck out of here.
I'm giving him the award.
Yeah. No.
Speaking of guys who are going to be 38 on their second contract, like, are you allowed to win rookie of the year if you're closer to retirement age than you are to being like just having gone into legal drinking age?
I think I've looked this up before. Yeah, Tyler Shuck is 26 years old.
Bro, it's unbelievable.
He was born in 1999. I was born in 1998.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, we're getting to the point where we gotta stop this. It's like when guys would like come over on baseball from Japan.
And
they're like 30. You know, like Hideki Matsui. It's like, oh, he's rookie of the year. I'm like, the fuck guy's been professional for 9 years.
Right.
Like, how the hell's that? Like, what? No, he's not. No, come on, stop it. Or like when, and I loved watching Ichiro, but when people would be like, he won rookie of the year and MVP. It's like, well, yeah, well, he'd been a pro in an unbelievable one in Japan for a while there. Right. But yeah, sure, he's rookie of the year.
Tyler Shuck graduated high school in 2018. I graduated in 2016.
I feel like we need to like birth certificate to see with Tyler Shuck. I feel like he was born like 1982. Yeah. But in any event, and then the defensive rookie of the year, who the fuck? God, I don't know.
Yeah, that one was crazy. That's why I said that. I'm just gonna. It's Carson Schwarzenegger.
Okay, who's been great? But
he's been great. But like the other ones are Nick Imanwari.
Okay, yeah, safety for the Seahawks.
Yes, James Pierce. Plus 750 for the Falcons. Did they trade back that James Pierce? Who they traded back in for? Right.
I believe so. Yeah.
And Jahad Campbell are your top four.
Great.
Okay. Great.
I was not exactly dynamite there. But yeah, listen. By the way, while we're on the topics of quarterbacks, because I'm just going to go off on a left field thing because who the fuck wants to talk about Chris Oladokun?
Can I throw a break first?
Yeah.
Okay. Chiefs.
Just a short drive from Kansas City. Experience the history, the heritage, and the bourbon at Holiday Distillery. Tour Missouri's oldest distillery, where real Missouri bourbon is made the old-fashioned way. Walk the grounds, taste the tradition, and take home a bottle of something special. Make the trip, sip the story. Holiday Distillery, Weston, Missouri. Book your tour at holidaydistillery.com.
I'm Brett Goodwin, one of the owners of The Learning Tree. The Learning Tree is a neighborhood toy store in Prairie Village, Kansas. This has been here in this location since 2000s, and my husband Alan and I purchased the store in 2023. Alan and I grew up in families where we've always wanted to have a business together. Alan grew up, for instance, his parents had a jewelry store. I worked in a local toy store here in Prairie Village when I was growing up. When this opportunity happened in 2023, we knew right away we wanted to contact them and pursue the store. We wouldn't have been able to get the store without the team at Emprise Bank. From the day we contacted them, they knew what we needed to do, which was very helpful. I would absolutely recommend the team at Emprise Bank to anyone looking to secure a business. We worked with Emprise from day one. They were extremely helpful. They were always great resources. We talk to them frequently. They know the area. They're very friendly. We know who we're going to talk with, and they know what we need to do. We hope we'll see you at the Learning Tree.
Missouri, your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is now live in your state. Now you can make every game even more exciting with same-game parlays, money lines, props, and more, all from your phone, all safe, secure, and easy to use. Missouri fans know game day. The tailgates, the noise, the passion. Now with DraftKings Sportsbook, you can bring that same energy to every snap, every touchdown, every win. And right now, new Missouri customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. No waiting, no nonsense, just pure action powered by America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KCSN. New Missouri customers bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code KCSN. The crown is yours. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Matt, as you were saying.
Sorry, I was about to block out. For anyone not watching and listening, I wasn't drinking. I was getting Reese's. I was drinking earlier.
Right.
And now I'm drinking still. No. Lamar Jackson. Interesting column in the Baltimore Sun that came out,
Buddy.
earlier this week. That was, if we're rating it between a 1 as like the most mild thing you've ever read and a 10, this was like on the Sharon Weiss, Marie Callender's level of heat. If you're not familiar with that, Google it. It will have you laughing for 30 solid minutes. Right. It's like a 12. Okay. The column accused Jackson of sleeping in meetings, basically not taking care of himself, like staying up all night, playing video games. Right. The Ravens have to practice in the afternoon because he wants to practice in the afternoon, not in the mornings.
That is nuts, by the way.
Like,
that's bonkers.
Here's the thing about it. From a writer's perspective, okay, that guy who wrote this at the Sun, Nick Wright brought this up on First Things First. He's been there since like the mid 80s. This isn't like some fucking guy, okay? And when you've been in a place that long, you're plugged in because you run the same circles as these people after a while. You just do.
Yeah.
I would tell you that when you start giving that kind of example, when you're like, he's sleeping in meetings, he's playing video games all night, but then you give an example as specific as they practice in the afternoon because of his like off-field habits, if you want to call them that. That's not like, you're not pulling that out of left field. That's not a generality. That's like,
correct. Yeah.
Someone in the building told me that because it's the only way you'd know it. And what was really interesting was John Harbaugh was asked about it and he never denied any, like he didn't come out and was like, that article's bullshit. None of that's true. But he was just like, I love Lamar. We have a great relationship. Okay, great. If somebody came out and wrote, here, let's say it's me, I'm the bozo. Okay. And I just write a piece about what a lazy bum of a human being Mahomes is. If I'm not accurate, if I'm way off base, okay, believe me, the Chiefs are going to come out and annihilate that column, as they should.
Yeah.
As they should. The fact that nobody did that on the Ravens and was just like, we love him, he's a great guy. Not giving me a whole lot of faith that column doesn't have a lot of validity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think, look, it's a fair question. Now, I think it's also there's multiple fair answers, but like, it's a fair question. What are you going to do with him going forward here? Because you're not going to make the playoffs this year, barring a miracle. He turns 29 in a week or two.
Right.
He has now been significantly hurt for 3 years of his career. And if you're looking at those years, we're talking about this year, 2021, 2022. 12 games, 12 games, 12 games. like, on one hand, he is a 2-time MVP, a 3-time first-team All-Pro. Last year, he threw 41 touchdowns and 4 picks. Okay, the guy was insane, and he still ran for a shit ton of yards. He still ran for 915. But I do think you have to wonder here, like, are you ever going to get over the hump with this whole deal? Because they're not getting better. They're getting worse. They were worse last year than they were the year prior. They're worse this year than they were last year. He's signed through 2027. And if they wanted to trade him, they could do it. And his cap hit for the acquiring team would be 51.2 each of the next 2 years, which is fine for him if you're into him. So, like, I find that fascinating, man. And, like, if they fire Harbaugh, are they going to bring in a guy who's like Jackson's guy? Or are they going to bring in a guy who, if they believe a lot of that stuff to be true in that column, if they know a lot of that stuff's true, like, are they going to bring in a guy who, like, is like a taskmaster and is basically like, you will do this at this time. You will be here at 6 a.m. Like, kind of a crossroads for Baltimore. You know, kind of like, what do you got? And I don't think they're going to trade him. But, man, I got to tell you, like, if that stuff's true, it's not great.
No, it's not great at all. I remember when he was going through his extension, that whole process, a lot of the conversation was who would sign Lamar, because your whole offensive system has to, like, change if you have a Lamar Jackson as your quarterback. I remember that was a big thing.
Yep.
Like, okay, who is going to sign Lamar Jackson to this contract, because you have to change your whole offensive system. Who has an offensive system already in place that could be like this? I think Atlanta was one that was thrown out a lot, was one that you could go to. It would be interesting if Atlanta would be like, you know what? Screw it. We got Michael Penix. Let's get the real deal. They got, like, Aldi Lamar Jackson. Well, that's not fair to Aldi, actually. They've got, like, great value Lamar Jackson. Like, let's just go get the real thing, you know?
It'd be so great. Because, like, they could have traded for Lamar Jackson way back when. And we're listen, we're going to sign Kirk Cousins. And then we're going to shock the entire country. And, as you put it, take on, like, Lamar Jackson light.
Uh-huh.
And then now we're just going to bring in Lamar Jackson.
Right.
And we're going to trade Cousins and Penix. Now, in the column, it was mentioned that the Dolphins and the Raiders, which we've talked about the Dolphins and the Raiders, like, would be two teams.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson playing for 75-year-old Pete Carroll would be interesting.
Probably not work. I'll just say that. It probably won't work.
Now, him and Mike McDaniel would be interesting.
Yeah.
Does, like, Tua go back in the deal? Can you imagine John Harbaugh and Tua?
Oh, my gosh.
Can you, like, just the face John Harbaugh makes when Tua's just airmailed, like, his 4th pick of the game, and it's 20 degrees out, and Tua just has no feeling in his fingers? Like, that'd be fine.
Tua can't go to a cold weather team. He can't.
I want Tua to go to Cleveland, like, right before they go to the Dome.
Yeah.
Just 1 year of Tua just, like, out in, like, the elements.
I want Cleveland to have Tua, Deshaun Watson, Dalen Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders all on the roster at the same time. Actually, is what I want them to have.
I really hate Cleveland.
Yeah. Terrible franchise. No, that is all really interesting about Lamar Jackson. And I remember when it happened in the Chiefs game. Chiefs-Ravens game, where everyone's like, oh, Lamar quit. And when everyone was talking about his injury, and he just, like, kind of sat down. It was like, oh, Lamar quit. And they're like, oh, no, he's actually hurt. He's actually hurt. I wonder how much of that he's actually hurt was actually happening. It's hard to play that game, right? Because, like, you can't really question these guys, like, saying, like, oh, they're hurt or not. But when you have an article like this come out about a dude, a column like this come out about a dude,
right?
You start to question a lot of things that you've previously seen, right, and stuff that you've previously had experiences with. So it is very interesting. I saw the way I saw it. I think Nick Wright tweeted it out, and that's how I saw it. Wildly interesting column, because I don't know if I've ever seen an article written about like that, like to a star player of this caliber. At least not recently. But
I just think it's very interesting that, like, nobody really was like, that article's bullshit.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because if it was, they would have.
Yeah.
And they didn't push back on it like that because, in my opinion, a lot of it's factual. And if they had pushed back, that guy probably had the goods. Be like, yeah, well, guess what? Because that's the risk you run. If it's accurate and you push back and you're like, no, this guy's a fraud. The guy's, well, yeah, guess what? Actually, here's 9 photos of him passed out in the locker room because that's the source I have. Sent them to me.
Right.
Just
Snoop Hunley is the source.
Man's looking for one more payday.
Yeah. He's like, I need another check.
Hey, man, he was a Pro Bowler. People forget.
Dude, when I went down you hopped on the stream, thankfully, to save us from me talking about the AFL, the UFL, and the Pro Bowl. I went down the Pro Bowl. I forgot Mac Jones was a Pro Bowler, and he did a gritty in the middle of the field.
Like I saw, yeah, he did. I already saw people being like, oh, Mahomes, he's an alternate. He's not going to be a Pro Bowler. I'm like, bro, he's going to be a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get to the point where, like, believe me, we're going to work our way to where Cam Ward's in the Pro Bowl this year. Okay, give it time. No, look, I just think it's interesting. But then I don't know. To go to this week, you got games that still matter. Phillip Rivers is involved,
and that,
I love, by the way, there's no way around getting a name involved here. So I apologize to her because I'm not taking a shot at her. It's funny because, like, it is what it is. But when he came back, at first it got announced that he was going to come back. Like, Dan Orsini tweeted out that, like, he was in, like, the best shape of his life, like, talking to people. And, like,
right.
He is clearly not the best shape. And I am not killing the man. Listen, he's 44. He's got 10 kids.
Had no reason to be.
Man, absolutely. He's in the shape he should be in.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Nothing freaks me out more than when I go to the gym, and yes, I do go to the gym. And there are people there who are like 55 and on like creatine. And it's like, listen, you shouldn't look like that at 55. It's weird. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Great. Hey, listen, you want to keep yourself in good shape? God bless you. But, like, you shouldn't have a 6-pack at 55.
Sure.
I'm sorry. Stop it. I just can't deal with it. It makes me wonder about who you are as a person. I feel like you're very self-absorbed. But in any event, and then, of course, that person's looking at me like, look at that useless son of a bitch with his dad bod and parading around his Reese's. It's sick fuck. But, yeah, in any event, Phil Rivers is going to be involved in a meaningful game because they're playing Jacksonville. So,
yes,
he's going to be out there just chucking passes, doing the best he can. You got that game that matters. Bills, Eagles, like, kind of matters. Not really, but a little bit.
As much as like a NFC AFC game can matter.
Yeah. Because they're kind of like locked into where they are. But, like, unless the Pats blow a tire against the Jets. But I got to tell you, I don't think the Brady Cook-led Jets are going to be blowing a tire for anybody.
Made, baby. Shout out Brady Cook, man. I love that guy. I love that dude. But, yeah.
Yeah. He's not Mizzou anymore, sir.
It's not Mizzou anymore. This is very true.
We got Titans Saints in a game that it's not going to be good. There's only 10 games on Sunday.
I know, yeah.
Because you got the 3 games on Christmas, 2 on Saturday, the Rams-Falcons game on Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins against that pass rush should be just...
Oh, good Lord. Elder abuse.
It's going to look... When he's in the pocket dropping back, it's going to look like how, like... if you've ever seen the movie Titanic, when people are just frantically climbing as the boat's like cracking and sinking, that's going to be Cousins like with the Rams pass rush around him, just frantically trying to like climb up his lineman's back to flip it to Algier. That's what I picture. Only 10 games, and so obviously including the Sunday night game, there's only 9 games in the afternoon on Sunday, including only 2 in the late window.
Texans Chargers will be a good one.
That's Saturday with the Ravens and Packers.
Yep, Ravens and
Saturday's
Packers.
good.
Saturday is a good slate. Good slate.
Do we know, speaking of Lamar, is he playing?
I don't think he is. I think
I've been in a
doubtful.
Borderline sugar coma.
Let me just do a quick little Google search of his name. He's doubtful for the Packers game.
See, he's not playing.
Yeah, he's not going to play.
This is no. I never do this, but I'm gonna break my own rule here for a minute. Like, I do not know the pain that the guy's in.
Sure.
I don't. I hate when people are like, "Be a man and get out there." It's like, okay, you go up, be a man, and get out there.
Sure.
See how that plays out for you. Okay. But like, this is the kind of thing that fuels a lot of the issue, I think, sometimes with it. It's like, okay, you got hurt on a play that nobody really in real time thought you even got hurt on. Like, he's hurt. Now that can happen. Okay, fine. Like, look, you might have gotten hit in an odd way. After the game, Harbaugh basically was like, yeah, it's a bad bruise, but like, okay, like day-to-day type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Again, no, I'm just going to say it. Like, you're not playing in this game. Like, your ass is on the line as a team. If you lose this game, you're eliminated. That is it.
Yeah. You're
not playing. Like, you're not even going to give it a go. Like, I can even understand, look, man, you go out there, you play a couple series, and it's just, you just can't, you can't go. Okay. You're not going to play in this game. Really? Like, and the only reason I say that about him is because this has been a pattern over the years where it's like, a couple of years ago when they played, I just think what year it was. It was 2022. And that was the year Baltimore played Cincinnati in the wild card round with Hundley, and they had that fumble at the goal line and everything else. Yep. When Hundley tried to like dive in from like the 7. Didn't work out. Every week it was like, he'll be back, and he just never came back. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of stuff about like this contract. And to be fair, and to bring him up again, but to give him credit, Nick Wright has said this a lot, but I can honestly say independently, I felt the same way a lot of times. It's like, look, man, there are certain things you just can't play through. And I respect that. I get that. It's I'm sure it's painful. I'm not saying it's not. It's a bruise. Like, you're not even trying to play this game?
Right.
I don't know. And again, maybe that's wrong of me. Maybe it's not fair. But there's just a part of me that's like, if this game was October, 5th, and all right, buddy, it's going to be December 27th. Like, you got to win this game. You lose this game, it's curtains. Good night.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. There's something about it that, again, maybe it's completely unfair, but there is a part of me that's just like, I can't imagine Mahomes missing a game because he's got a back contusion.
Right.
And I'm not just saying, I can't imagine Josh Allen missing the game because he's got a back contusion.
I was going to say Joe Burrow, but I think I could imagine.
He could
definitely.
Matthew Stafford.
Great point.
He's not missing the game. He's not, man. He's not missing the game. Like, I just, Phillip Rivers, to be fair to him, throughout his career, like maybe now he would because he might be in traction now. He's like the rest of us. But like back in the, like there are certain guys, I'm sorry, that guy's not missing.
Yeah.
He's not.
Right.
It's like a Baker Mayfield. Like, I feel like he's a guy, he's not missing. Even a guy, to be fair to him, like Dak, I feel like Dak's not going to miss. Like, there's just, it's like, I don't know. And there does come a part too that maybe it's legit and it's bad. And I'm not like, I don't want to make it out like I'm saying like he's just like quitting and sandbagging.
Sure. Yeah.
But there's a big difference in pro sports between being injured and being hurt.
Yes.
There's you know what I mean? Like there's a big difference. Yeah, it hurts. But like, I'm fucking playing.
Right. Yeah.
And I just wonder, like, are there any guys in the locker room who are like, hey man, you're not going to play? Like, we're sunk without you. You're really not going to play in this game?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm way off base. I'll be the first one to admit maybe I am. But that's just odd to me. It's odd.
It is. Yeah, it's they find themselves in a really weird spot. The Baltimore does find themselves in the cross. I got a buddy who's a Ravens fan, and he's wants to blow the whole thing up, which I think I understand that being in that spot now. I mean, where they're at, that might be the only option. Matt, before we get out of here, I think we should. I think we should talk about the stadium stuff a little bit. Obviously, a lot more information's come out since it was announced that the Chiefs were planning to move to Kansas in 2031 when their lease expires at the Truman Sports Complex in Jackson County. Initially, I was live for about, I think, an hour and a half, giving my reaction to it. I was a little bummed out, truthfully, that they were going to leave Arrowhead Stadium, and especially, after seeing the game on Christmas and seeing the scenes from Arrowhead Stadium, it lit up the way that it was and the way they were doing the entrances and everything like that. Makes you feel a different way about it, right? Like, it makes you feel like, man, like, you're gonna give this place up. You're gonna give this Arrowhead up, this historic stadium, this venue that is so historic to the NFL and all the history of football, really. A football historic venue up for a shiny new toy in the state of Kansas to build wherever you want to build.
Right.
It's a bit of a bummer. But then as more details have come out, I believe there's Joe Papiano had tweeted out about reading the whole offer sheet.
Yes.
It almost seems like the Chiefs would have been dumb to turn that offer down. And Kansas basically handed over a blank check to the Kansas City Chiefs to get them to move over. A business move that I think that even the dumbest businessman, me, would have taken.
I think this is a classic. My wife always says you can feel two ways about something.
Yeah, you can.
I think it's true. From a business perspective, it is a no-brainer.
100%.
No-brainer. Like, the Chiefs are getting a stadium essentially paid for them that Clark Hunt's just going to own.
Yes.
And then, oh, by the way, when they pay their rent, it goes right back into a fund that they can then just allocate to pay other things. So they're not paying rent. They're getting a stadium for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
A businessman, as you said, would be insane to turn that down. And because it's going to have a dome, they're going to be able to do a million things throughout the whole year in that building. I would caution people heavily. The idea that they are going to get a bunch of Super Bowls there, that is not going to happen. They might very well get one Super Bowl.
Sure.
That's what they're getting.
They'll get the Minnesota treatment, right? They gave Minnesota a Super Bowl because
Minnesota, Indianapolis,
Dallas to an extent.
They'll get one.
Yeah.
That's what they'll get. Now, they may get Final Fours and stuff like that, sure. But the Super Bowl, they're getting one. And then prepare yourselves because people are just going to bitch nonstop that they have to be in Kansas City in February. That's
it's cold and get KCK in February.
Just be ready.
Want to be.
Just accept it in your hearts. This coming from some people. I love Kansas City. That's what's going to be said. Oh my God, I got to go to Kansas City. Yeah, that's what's going to happen because people want to go to Miami.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, San Francisco.
I remember when I was living in New York and people were bitching that they had to go to the Super Bowl in the Meadowlands. And, people in New York were like, well, you can just go fuck yourself. We don't really care. Not one person cared that the Super Bowl was in New York that was living in New York. But on the other side of the coin from the business side, which again, I think for Hunt, it's a home run. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I hate that they're putting a dome on the stadium.
Yep.
I don't care if they're like, well, and I know they haven't discussed, but if it's retractable, they're not going to retract it when it's fucking 5 degrees outside. That's not the way this works.
Right.
It sucks. I hate it. I hate that the entire league is going this way because all these owners just want to make one more buck. Mm-hmm. That's all this is about. I cannot stand it. It sucks to high heaven. I hate that they're leaving Arrowhead Stadium. Because I got to tell you, someone who's been to a lot of the stadiums around the league, Arrowhead is one of the best stadiums to go to. It really is.
Yeah.
Arrowhead has nothing around it and fine or whatever, but man, it's a great stadium. It's a great place to see a game, to cover a game. The Chiefs have good facilities there. It's not like it's some clown show. I am somebody who, I've been to stadiums. You're like, yeah, they got to redo that thing. Okay. Nothing against the stadium in Buffalo because it's a good place to just go watch a game, but that stadium's falling apart. I understand
they
why
need to. Yes,
they're doing what they're doing. Arrowhead Stadium's awesome. What are they going to do? Bulldoze it so they can put a Coles there? What are they going to do with it?
I don't know what they're doing with that side, man. That's going to be. You know how depressing that side will be, especially when the Royals leave too.
Around it, man.
Oh,
it's just like you're going to bulldoze that stadium. Really? That's what you're going to fucking do. I'll tell you right now what they're going to do. Clark Hunt's going to strip out every single fucking seat and sell it. And then, and then he'll sell off. Maybe he'll just like sell off his condo.
Maybe I can buy a tile from
the bathroom.
I was gonna say bathroom. I was like, man, that sounds really creepy if I say it's bathroom tile. Get your tile. There we go.
There you go. Mm-hmm. I hate that they're leaving the stadium. I hate it. It's one of the best stadiums in the world, and it's not falling apart. It's a really nice stadium. And you know what? The thing that's also going to happen that's going to kill me is when they move, they're going to lose the tailgating part of this because
100%.
The parking lot's not going to be as big, and they're going to build like Chiefs World around it.
Corporate tailgating is what it'll be, and it's going to be so disgusting. Yes.
You're going to have all the barbecue places having restaurants right next to the stadium, and every single one of us is going to get lazy, fat, and happy, and not tailgate, and just go there and get food. And what else is going to happen? Which bums me out to no end. You are going to price out the actual fans of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to get some yuppie asshole who's got more money than he knows what to do with because he hit on a hedge fund and is like, I'll pay $20,000 for the PSL and I'll go get my tickets. And you're going to price out people who've had tickets at that stadium since 1985. And that's going to suck. Yeah. You're going to suck the life. And listen, you're talking to somebody who, even though I'm not a fan of this team, I watched that happen with Yankee Stadium. Okay. Yeah. I watched when they built the stadium across the street in the Bronx. And as much as I hate the Yankees, hate them,
mm-hmm.
I will tell you right now, there are very few experiences sports-wise in my life that eclipsed being in the old stadium when Mariano Rivera would come out in the ninth inning, Sandman, and like that place was going nuts, man. 55,000 people screaming. You go to the new stadium, and I've been there a bunch. I've been there in the upper deck, and I've been there 3 rows behind home plate. The place is a mall with a baseball field in it. I mean, there's no vibe. There's no heart. It's just this corporatized. Who can afford to spend? And if you watch Yankee games, like there's nobody in the lower bowl during the regular season because nobody can afford $800 to go to a baseball game.
Right.
You're going to sell out the games at Arrowhead, whatever the fuck they call the stadium in Kansas. Like, you're going to sell it out. I'm not saying.
They're not calling Arrowhead, man. That's an insult.
That would be insane. But, like, you're going to sell it out because, like baseball, you got, 8 or 9 home dates. You're not talking about 80.
Right.
But I worry that they're going to price out the real fans of the team. And they're going to jam as many luxury suites as they possibly can in there and basically be like, cool, we got paid. And now nobody's tailgating and there's no, like, I hope I'm wrong. That's my big worry is that you're going to have this sterile environment and like the stadium looks great. It's cool, but like, it's not an advantage to be there. And it is an advantage at Arrowhead Stadium.
It is. And you talk about the average fan being there, they plan on cutting the seating by 10,000 already. And that is something that they have, well, if you've been paying attention, they've continually tried to do because they just keep taking seats out. They make seats bigger. So like the seats, so they have less seats there, right? If they have less seats, they can drive up the price because there's more demand. Supply and demand is how that sucker works. I'm not a savvy businessman, but I know that, man. That's how that sucker works. And it's I was really bummed out. I really was. Because it is an incredible piece of not only Chiefs history, but football history. And that stadium is an incredible relic of, you don't build stadiums like that anymore. Stadiums aren't built like that. You don't build 75,000 seat stadiums. But every stadium now is built to have these premium luxury things for the yuppie people to buy and spend their money on, right? They're not built for how many people can we fit in this venue. And that's a bummer. And that's a really big bummer. And it seems like it is. It seems to me it just seems a little bit out of touch of like what like is at the core of the team, and the core of it. But I mean, who am I to say that, right?
Well, listen, and I mean, you're the right person to say it because you've been a fan of the team since you were a kid, and you live in the area. And like I really think the one thing that is insulting that I'm really tired of them doing already, and they need to fucking stop doing it, is their little missives that they send out. Like, this is about the fans, and bro, the fuck it is. This is about you lining your pockets for every dime you can get. And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. You own the team. You're a businessman. This is a business. This is the National Football League. You're there to make money. I have no problem with you trying to make money. But don't sit here and piss on everybody's head and tell them it's raining.
Right.
And do this bullshit with like, oh, no, it's for the fans. We're thinking of you're not thinking of anything other than how much money you can stuff down your pockets. That's it. And again, fine. But don't patronize people. Yes. And there's one thing that really pisses me off is when people try to act as though they're smarter than you and they can just kind of get over on you. And it's bullshit. Like, no, you took this deal in Kansas because, hey, it's a home run deal if you're a businessman. Like we talked about, it makes all the sense in the world. You're getting a stadium given to you. It's going to be a gleaming palace. Fine. But don't sit there and tell fans that, oh, no, this is really about you and we're putting you first. Yeah. Right. I'm sure you're putting everybody first when they're going to have to pay some obscene PSL to get in there just to keep their seats that they've had. See, that's the thing that really gets me going is like everybody now looks at the Chiefs and says, oh, well, I mean, you guys are the caviar franchise of the league. Hey, look, I was born in 88, okay, and became a fan of them in 93. They fucking sucked for 25 years. Okay. The best they did was break your heart in January. The worst they did were 2-win years and 4-win years with a bunch of guys you couldn't pick out of a lineup. And people went out year after year. Families went out year after year. And they poured their money and their time and their care into going to Arrowhead when it wasn't trendy and Taylor Swift wasn't in a box and Patrick Mahomes wasn't on the field. It was bullshit product after bullshit product, and everybody went and supported him anyway through good weather and bad, all the rest of it. And those people, a lot of them, are going to get left out in the cold when they go into this stadium. Because guess what? If you got 75,000 seats going to 65, math doesn't work, guys.
It's a lot.
Not everybody's getting all their seats.
Right.
And you're going to have people who are good, honest, hardworking people who have a hard time affording the seats now, who are going to say, I can't afford a PSL at a 25% hike in the tickets.
Right.
I hate it for them. So don't sit there and tell me that it's for the fans. Yeah. It's not for the fucking fans. It's so you can make more money. That's what it is. And that's fine. But then say it. Don't come out and tell people it's something it's not. Don't assume people are stupid. Don't insult them.
I think it's perfect. I think it's well said. I think that there's going to be a lot of people who listen to this podcast, and there's a lot of people now that are Chiefs fans that don't live in the area, and maybe we've been to Arrowhead Stadium a couple of times and be like, I don't really care where the stadium's at. I just like to go to Chiefs games, right? I like the Chiefs, whether they're in Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri, whatever it is.
Sure.
So, and I get that. I understand that. It would take me 10 minutes to drive to Arrowhead Stadium. So I live very close to the stadium where it is now, right? So I do have some sort of like attachment to, like, I love the proximity. I love driving down I-70, right, Matt? You drive down I-70 and you see that view of both the stadiums together. I always thought that was so cool as a kid, driving on I-70 and being like, wow, both of my favorite sports teams have their stadiums right next to each other right there. Like, that is super cool. I can go to a Royals game and look at Arrowhead Stadium. I can go to a Chiefs game and look at Kauffman Stadium. Like, those are two really cool stadiums, and they're right next to each other. It's a really cool complex, a really cool setup that they have.
Yep.
So I never really understood why both teams were so eager to leave it. I understand there's not a lot of development around there. I would argue that makes it better that there's not any development around there, but I know from an economic standpoint that they would disagree with me. But as I mentioned, not a great businessman already. But I thought we should talk about that a little bit, because that happened after we had already posted our show, after we had already recorded. Obviously a huge, momentous story. going on with the Kansas City Chiefs and then moving to the state of Kansas.
By the way, last thing for me, shout out to Big Charlie's that is permanently shutting their doors.
Absolutely, yes.
Which almost 4 decades there. And I know recently they lost, I believe it was their founder, who was obviously really special to them. And listen, the end is never fun and it's never easy. But shout out to them for what a run. And I'm glad that they were able to be open all those years and the Chiefs were just rolling one championship out after the next. So kudos to them for a hell of a run.
Big Charlie's always been one of those places too that's been big supporters of KC Sports Network as well, man. Like they've been they
Been
were
a tough couple of weeks being a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, it has been. It has been. But yeah, they I saw that head out earlier today, and is look, as we talk about ending of like Travis Kelce's career, there's no good way. There never really seems like there's a good way for things to end, right? As Travis Kelce kind of comes, his career potentially at Arrowhead came to an end in the Christmas Day game. There's no really good way for things to end. There's a good way
lot of times if things, if things were going to end beautifully, they wouldn't have ended. The end is rarely beautiful. It's the end.
That's why we have to end this podcast, because it's not beautiful.
You know what else is going to be beautiful?
All those
What do I do to this?
Reese's Pop Snack Mix. I've never seen that. What's in it?
I'm gonna wreck this thing something fierce at 1:02 a.m.
What's in it? What's in it right now?
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Minis, pretzels, and chocolate drizzled popcorn.
Boy, howdy.
This is not a huge bag. It's just 560 calories in it.
God bless. This is the time of the show where I go see new podcast ratings or reviews. I got a new phone, so we'll see how this works out. I think we'll be okay though. But appreciate everybody liking and subscribing, especially listening in the holiday season. Appreciate that. I know the holidays do kind of throw some stuff off. I don't know if we do. 6 days ago?
No.
I'll read it anyway. Anubis 21. Does that sound familiar? The
No.
Ball Humbug is the title. I don't think I've read this one. Love the show, and I'm constantly refreshing all the time so I can listen to more. Great insights and listening to a Verderame always has me laughing my tail off. Merry Christmas, and I would recommend rum to help you get through these last 3 games. It's what I'm leaning on. Well, Anubis, what I'm leaning on is Ben Holiday Bottle and Bond Bourbon. That's what I recommend.
Yes, I'm ready to get tanked and then head over to the in-laws for the second time in 3 days and just start a fight.
We thank you all so very much for listening to this podcast. I know you guys are listening to it the day after Christmas, but hopefully you guys had a Merry Christmas and are spending the holidays with the ones that you love, whether that's family
and avoiding the ones you hate.
Yeah.
As important.
It is as important. For Matt Verderame, I'm Tucker Franklin. The next time we talk to you, it'll be Monday, and I will be in Destin, Florida. And
I'll be here in Illinois. It just sucks.
Yeah, I'll try not to rub it in, but I can't promise anything.
Good for you, man.
That's going to do it for That Football Show. We will talk to you guys on Monday after a full weekend of NFL football. We'll see you then.